Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, the Red Rifle. Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals do battle with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
Andy Dalton, and his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Okay, we get a glance now at the starting lineup offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Tyler Boyd out of Pitt, one of my favorite receivers in the 2016 draft. The only thing he didn't have, long speed. Really runs about the mid 4.5s, maybe a 4.6 guy, but smart, understands the passing game very well, and doesn't drop anything.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Leroy Reynolds coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's Dalton. Hey, right on cue. They set up the screen and complete it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Here's a carry for the former Dolphin. It's Damian Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And Dalton to throw. Open man is Uzama. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's Smallwood. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a safety run. Parker there to make the tackle. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
And when you're looking for a big-time corner, look no further than Kendall Fuller. Acquired in the offseason, he's much more than just a throw-in in the Alex Smith deal. This guy knows how to cover. This guy makes plays on the football, and he tackles well in the open field. Not bad for one of 4 Fuller brothers to play in the NFL.
Dalton throwing on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
We got 4. We got 4. Lead!
Now Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Green 39. Green 39.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Coming off of 9 sacks in his 6th Pro Bowl is Geno Atkins, who's an absolute force inside. Not only does he have the ability to wreck a running game because he's able to take on not just one, but often 2 blockers, his inside presence and ability to rush the passer makes things very difficult for opposing offenses.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ace. 17, guys. Check him out.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins, for the Kansas City first.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Kelsey imposing his will. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The numbers for Smallwood last week. 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Green's first catch of the game, good for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dolan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to break up 4th.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 18 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
So! Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Mahomes to throw on second down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different long night.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company.
So! Left!
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Ace!
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
There we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Butker able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This is taken at his 4. He spins free. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Play fake. Here's Dalton. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Evans coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Defensively, it was Tremont Smith with a tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Green's got it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Bullock will put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. And maybe he's starting to... So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield. A
first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Handoff comes to Smallwood. Alan Bailey in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Smallwood. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And Bullock will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Ace, ace. You got 3, three down. Left, left, left.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Don't let 89 go deep.
Now Mahomes. And incomplete here on third down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And Eifert has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. Well, I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And a catch good. It's Eifert. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Dalton up play action, letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
Here's Smallwood as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. The final act of the first half. Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This one taken just inside the 10. And with flags down, he's up near the 40. But it looks like this one might be coming back.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Mahomes will try again on second down. Caught here by Conley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Mahomes now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Left. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to go deep for Conley, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Check 55, Mike. Hey, watch the lane.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And now they're in the hurry up.
Left. That's it, baby.
Again, it's Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
4 down.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get a hook and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. 93, 52, 93.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And now here comes Kansas City. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
52, right 52. Let's go, keep tighten up. Left, 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 left.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Four down, check, four down. Under crunch. Left.
They go again with Muhammad. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Hey, boys, we got four down. Left. Hey, watch the edge. Ace.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They start the drive with Smallwood. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw here, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. We're back now in KC. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Green. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Nice. Lead!
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Dalton throwing on second down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Dalton. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Randall Cobb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out up come the Chiefs now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Z. Left. Slow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Finding some room at midfield. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Smallwood. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That defensive front 4 has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
This is caught. And he will take it on in. in for a Bengals touchdown. Randall Cobb with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that will get him one closer. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a Bengals score. Bullock out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Ace, ace. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Left, 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 left. Z, 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 Z.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Vontaze Burfict in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Caught by Cobb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Passing, it's Dalton. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. And it's up and good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. But they've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
4 down, 4 down. Alert. Check 31, check 31. Ace, ace.
Here's Muhammad. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mahomes going to throw it here. Caught out left side by Robinson. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Ace, ace. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Ace,
On second down, Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The Chiefs on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Left, left, left. Left, 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 left. No, no, no. Off, off, off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Kansas City,